studied what we learned last class? Very good. What we studied? We studied about parts of plants and their functions. Parts of plants and their functions. In that what we studied? We studied about root or shoot system. Very good. We studied about shoot system. The first one is stem. We learned about stem, functions of the stem. In functions of the stem, we learned 3 topics, isn't it? Yes. What are they? Support, transportation, food storage. So what is meant by support? It will support the plant to stand straight. When it goes to transportation, it will transport all the minerals and nutrients, water, whatever it is to the plants. And the last one is food storage. It will store the excess food which is prepared by the leaf. And for example, ginger and sugarcane is the example of food storage. So this class we are going to learn about leaf and flowers. So leaf and flower and their functions we are going to learn here. In shoot system, now we are going to see about leaves. We are going to see about leaves. Leaves come in many shapes and sizes. So leaves come in many shapes and sizes. Sunflower leaf will be in a different shape. Lotus leaf will be in different shape. Mango leaf will be in different shape. So you collect 10 different shapes of leaves and dry it, then paste it in a A4 sheet. So here leaves come in many shapes and sizes. They arise from the nodes in the stem. So this place, this point is called node, where the leaf starts to grow. So this point is called node. What is it called? Node. Spell it out. N-O-D-E. Node. It is called node. So from that place the leaf arises. So here, shall we read it once again? Leaves. Leaves come in many shapes and sizes. They arise from the nodes in the stem. Parts of a leaf. Now we are going to see about the leaf. The flat part of a leaf is called the leaf blade. So this is the flat part of the leaf. When you keep a leaf with you, the front part is the flat part and it is called the leaf blade. It is called the leaf blade. It contains one main vein and many side veins. So it contains of one main vein which is your main vein and many side veins. So now the leaf arises from the node of the stem and it has one main vein and many side veins. Is it clear, students? Shall we read it once again? The flat part of a leaf is called the leaf blade. So the front part is very flat and the flat part is called leaf blade. It contains one main vein and many side veins. Is it clear, students? These veins help in the transportation of water, minerals and prepare food from the leaves. So what these veins are doing? This main vein and the small veins helps in transportation. What they transport? They transport water and minerals to the leaf. After transporting this water and minerals, what they will do with this? They will prepare food. They will prepare food. Now turn the leaf and observe it closely using a hand lens. Now you know that the front part is called, what is it called? What is it called? Leaf blade. It is called leaf blade, and when you are going to turn the leaf, closely watch it with the hand lens and you can see large number of tiny pores called stomata. When you are going to turn the leaf and you are going to closely watch it, you can see large number of tiny pores like this, which is called stomata. What is it called? Stomata. S-T-O-M-A-T-A. Stomata. What is it called? Stomata. Which helps the plant to breathe. So what this part of this plant is doing? This pores, which are called stomata, is helping in breathing. They help in breathing. So shall we read it once again? Parts of a leaf. Now we are going to see about parts of a leaf. The flat part of a leaf is called the leaf blade. So this part is called the leaf blade. The front part, which is very flat, is called the leaf blade. It contains one main vein and many side veins. So this front part, which is called leaf blade, contains one main vein with many side veins. Is it clear? Now these veins help in the transportation of water, minerals and prepare food from the leaves. So these veins helps to pass the water and minerals from the stem. So from the stem they pass the water and minerals to the leaf, and the leaf will prepare the food, and this leaf will prepare the food. So now the front part is over. Now turn your leaf back side and see. Now turn the leaf and observe it closely using a hand lens. So use a hand lens and watch it closely. You can see a large number of tiny pores. Pores means small pores. Small holes are called pores. A large number of tiny pores called stomata. What are they called? Stomata. They are called stomata. S-T-O-M-A-T-A. Stomata. These stomata, which helps the plants to breathe. So the stomata helps the plants to breathe. Now say me, veins are in the front part of a leaf or back side of the leaf. Very good. So the main vein and the side veins are in the front part of the leaf. Now tell me, where is this stomata? Very good. Turn the leaf, focus it, see it closely through a hand lens, and you can see small tiny pores in it, which is called stomata. And what this stomata do in that leaf? Very good. Stomata helps to breathe. Stomata helps to breathe. Very good. Shall we again recap these parts? So part of leaf. This is a stem. So where the leaf arises is called the node. N-O-D-E. Node. From the node, the leaf starts to grow, and this is called the main vein. This is called the main vein, and you can see little veins which are going side by side. So these are called side veins. These are called side veins, and the front side of leaf is called leaf blade. It is called leaf blade. Then turn back side. You can see little tiny pores which are called, what they are called? Very good. They are called stomata. They are called stomata. And what is the function which stomata does? Very good. They are used to breathe. They are used to breathe. So are you clear with this? Now we are going to see the functions of leaves. Functions of leaves. Now we are going to see about function of leaves. Leaves are called the food factory of a plant. So here leaves are called the food factory of a plant. Leaves prepare food for the plant using carbon dioxide, water and minerals. minerals in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, a green pigment present in the leaves. So the leaves are called the food factory of a plant. The leaves are going to prepare food with the use of carbon dioxide, water, minerals in the presence of sunlight. That means when it is daytime, the plant will prepare food with the presence of or with the help of sunlight. And chlorophyll. What is chlorophyll? A green pigment present in the leaves. A green pigments, dot of green pigments are called chlorophylls, which are present in the leaves. This process is called photosynthesis. So the whole food making process is called photosynthesis. What is it? Photosynthesis. 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 So shall we repeat it once again? Leaves are called the food factory of the plant, and with the help of carbon dioxide, water, minerals, and in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. What is meant by chlorophyll? A green pigment present in the leaves. Green pigments, green dot shape structures, which are called chlorophylls. This process is called photosynthesis. So the whole making with the help of carbon dioxide, sunlight, water, minerals, chlorophyll, everything, this process is called photosynthesis. Is it clear, students? Photo. What the meaning for photo? In Greek, light. Photo in Greek means light. It is called light in Greek language. Synthesis in Latin means put together. So with the help of light, all these things, carbon dioxide, water, minerals, are put together. So they are all put together and prepare the food. So photo in Greek means light. Synthesis in Latin means put together. With the help of light, all these things, carbon dioxide, water, minerals, are put together and they prepare their food. Oxygen is released during photosynthesis. So while the air is combined with all the gases, isn't it? So when the leaf is going to breathe, it will take all the gases and it will use carbon dioxide and it will release oxygen. So only it needs carbon dioxide but not oxygen. So he will inhale carbon dioxide and he will exhale. So with the help of light, these things are put together and oxygen is released during photosynthesis. The food thus produced is known as starch. The food that is produced by the plant is called starch. 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 So just we go through a short command. With the help of sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, minerals, all put together. During that process, oxygen is released. During the process, oxygen is released and the food is prepared. What is the food called? The food is called starch. The food thus produced is known as starch. Is it clear? Next one. Leaves help a plant to breathe through the stomata. So in functions of leaves will make food for you and the process will read here. The next one is, the second one is leaves will breathe. We already learned about this, isn't it? So leaves help a plant to breathe through the stomata. Through what it will breathe? It will breathe through will send it out of the plant as water vapor through stomata. So from the stomata itself they will lose the water vapors, that means the extra water in the plant. This process is called transpiration. What is it? Transpiration. Repeat after me. Transpiration. Transpiration. It is called transpiration. The extra water in the plant which will go as a form of water vapor from where it will go? Through the stomata it will go. So this process is called transpiration. It helps the plant to be cool. So this keeps the plant cool. It helps the plant be cool. Transpiration helps in further absorption of water by the roots and transportation of nutrients by the stem. This also helps in further the absorption of water by the roots and transportation of nutrients by the stem. So when the extra water goes out, the new coming will come in and they can go easily. So is it clear? The extra water, it forms into water vapor and it goes away through stomata. This process is called transpiration. This process is called transpiration. Next one, some plants such as cabbage and spinach store extra food in their leaves. So we read already that the extra food will be stored in root in some plants and in stem in some plants. Now some plants store food in their leaf. For example, cabbage and spinach store their extra food in the leaves. Shall we recap it once again? Functions of leaves. So leaves are called the food factory of a plant, and photosynthesis is done by with the help of carbon dioxide, water, minerals in the presence of sunlight. Don't forget it. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, a green pigment in the leaf. With this help, they all get together and they will prepare a food. This process is called photosynthesis. And photo in Greek means light and synthesis in Latin means put together. So with the presence of light we put all these things together and we will make a food which is known as starch. The next one, leaves help a plant to breathe. Through what? Very good. Through stomata. Stomata helps the plants to breathe. The next one, plants lose extra water in the form of water vapor. And this process is called transpiration. Is it clear, students? And the last one, some plants such as cabbage and spinach store extra food in their leaves. So your functions of leaves are over. Today we have learnt about stem and leaves. Go to your book, take your book or whatever it is. Just read whatever we learned here. Write what are all the important things and write a test for yourself and prepare all these things. Next class we will see flowers. Now we are going to see about functions of flowers. Flower help in the reproduction of a plant. Bees, butterflies and other insects sit on the flower and feed on the nectar of the flower. While feeding, pollen grains from the anther get stuck to their bodies. So what is said here, students? That flower is the reproduction part of the plant. And bees, butterflies and other insects. What are all the insects and butterflies will go there? They will sit on the flower and feed the nectar. So in the nectar there is honey and they will feed it to their hunger. So here, while feeding, pollen grains from from the anther get stuck onto their body. So here you can see this is anther, and from here small pollen grains will stuck onto their body and they will take it to the another flower. When they move from one flower to the another, the pollen grain fall on the stigma of the other flower and fertile. So what happens here? Now a bee is going to sit here and he is going to take the honey from the nectar. While he is going away, he will stick some pollen grains on his body. So when he goes to another flower, the pollen grains will fall on the another flower and it makes it fertile. This transfer of pollen grains from one flower to another is called pollination. So the pollen grains from one flower goes to the another flower by or with the help of bees, butterflies and insects. This transfer is called as pollination. The next one, flowers produce fruits and seeds that continue the plant's life cycle. So what is said here, students? Flowers produce fruits and seeds that continue the plant's life cycle, so that the plant bears fruits and seeds. So when the seeds falls on the ground, a new beautiful sapling will come out on the ground. So come out of the ground, and this flower or this flower seed or fruit seed, whatever it is, it grows into a new little beautiful plant. So from this, the life cycle of the plant will continue. So while one plant is going to die, its seed will go from that place and it will fall away in some other place, and that seed will grow into a new sapling, and again it will move into its life cycle. Is it clear, students? Your last point, some plants such as cauliflower store extra food in their flowers. So already we saw that some stems will store food, some roots will store food, and even though some leaves are also storing food as the extra food. So here in this kind of things, some plants are also storing extra food in their flower. For example, cauliflower stores the extra food in their flower. So we will cook cauliflower, isn't it? It is a beautiful white flower, and we cook and we eat it. It is very healthy to our health. It is very healthy. And so what is happening here? The extra food is stored in the flower. So shall we recap it once again? So what happens here? Butterflies, bees, insects. When they sit in a flower and when they feed from the nectar, they stick some little pollen grains on their body. And when they move from one flower to another, they put the pollen grains in the other flower and they make it fertilize. So this process is called pollination. The next point is flower produce fruits and seeds. After a while, the flower blooms. After that, the fruit comes in it, and inside the fruit there is the seeds. So from this, the plant's life cycle will go on. So when one plant is going to die, the next sapling will come out of the earth. The last one is extra food storage. So we know that roots will contain food, they will store food, or leaves will store food, everything will store food. The same way, these flowers are also going to store food. Such plants like cauliflower will store extra food in their flower, so that they will use it. Everyone likes cauliflower, isn't it? Everyone likes it, and everyone will eat it with a happiness in our face, because it is a beautiful, delicious dish, whatever we make it. So is it clear, students? Now we learned about flower, parts of flower, functions of flower, and what are the functions of the parts of flower. So shall we recap once again what are the parts of this flower? The first one is sepal. The sepal are the leaf-like structured green things which will protect the bud. Here it is style. At the top it is stigma. Down here it is Complete worksheet 3, page number 20.